Hello everyone and welcome to my first video of 2020, which just so happens to be a vlog. A couple of things to get out of the way. First of all, I hope you had a lovely Christmas. I hope 2020 has been kind to you so far, even though we're not really too long into it. And also, most importantly, cat. That's always the most pertinent information when it comes to these videos. So, yeah, this is basically just an announcement vlog to say... it's going to be me saying what I hope to get done in this year. So, give me a second. Sorry, I had to mute my TV. You didn't hear it, but it's just in case any music comes on, because I'm playing WWE at the moment. So yeah. Speaking of that, the 2K20 game, I'll get to that soon. First, we're going to cover backtracking. So yeah, I mean, basically what I said about it previously is still going to happen. It's going to be, Season 5 is going to be all female-fronted, or at least bands that were female-fronted at one point or another. I will point out those specifics when I get to those episodes. There's still going to be 30. After 15, I'm going to take a break and then do the next 15 later on in the year. However, there's going to be a slight change to how I write them. I'm going to try and make the paragraphs a bit shorter and more condensed, because yeah, I just feel like that's a natural thing to do. I feel like it's time for a change, and considering that the first major change that I wasn't expecting came in 2017 when I was doing Season 2, I figure 3 years, 3 seasons later, I might as well try and make another one, because the last couple have just been the same sort of boring crap, to be honest. I mean, aside from the themes and how I sort of how the last season was the alphabetical order thing, I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So as soon as I start writing the first episode of Season 5, that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to be doing bonus videos for each episode, where it's going to be the normal part, and then I'm going to do a little video about my history with that particular band. It'll be if I... It will be if I heard of them before backtracking, or if I'm just doing them for backtracking. It'll be that sort of thing. Because the first episode of The Interrupters, the first album I listened to them, was by them, was Fight the Good Fight, which came out in 2018, which was 2 years ago, and that was their third album. And I do want to go over a bit of my history with the band. I said that I've been part of them. I'm not. I haven't been, but yeah, what I think of the band basically, and yeah, sort of their history. It's going to be the background stuff I usually put in backtracking, but in its own video. Essentially, that's what it's going to be. So that's all I really have to say for backtracking. Next is What a Concept, and I didn't do an episode last year, but this year I'm going to change that, because in that dip between Season 5, the break between Season 5 and then the continuation of it later on, I'm going to be doing probably my most ambitious What a Concept thing, where I'm going to try and cover and tackle the entire story of Defeater's albums. So I'm really looking forward to giving that a shot. That's going to be pretty fun. Because I love all their stuff, and the story they tell and the concept behind it is... It's pretty fascinating to me, so I definitely want to give that a go. And I just hope I do it justice, because I love the band. Their last album was fantastic. We're going to talk a bit more about music soon in this video, don't worry. First of all, PBW. There's going to be a couple of things I have to say about it. It's still going to continue. The pay-per-views are going to stay the same, but there's going to be some pretty major changes. First of all, there's not going to be 4 episodes then a pay-per-view, there's going to be 3. I'm changing the match cards from 6 to 7, and the reason I'm doing that is because I'm getting rid of 2 of the titles, the Open title and the Athena title. Now, the Open title was one I sort of wanted to do anyway, because I felt there's only so much you can do when it comes to that one. You can only have so many Open title matches, and I had them for the majority of the calendar year in 2K19, if you will. And but WWE 2K19, not last year 2K19, just to clarify that. And I really wanted to do something different, and the Athena title was a bit harder to get rid of. I actually did want to keep it at first, but then I realised it's like the Open title. It never really stays in one place for too long, and I would more consistent sort of storylines, I guess you could say. So I'm going to try and do that a bit more for PBW as well, and I think getting rid of those 2 titles might be one of the better ways of going about it. Plus, it would give me more options for the main women's title instead of just one-on-one matches all the time. So yeah, it would be... I definitely want to give that a crack. I really hope I really hope it comes through quite well. And finally, yeah, that's all I have to say about PPW. And finally, my top 10 lists for the last year, which are my music videos, my albums, my favorite albums, and my top 10 fights. And I don't know if I've said this before. Like, the top 10 fights is just 10 fights, but the music is, the albums is going to be 3 lists essentially. And I feel like I've said this before, but I will say it again in this video. It's going to be 10 honorable mentions first, then then my top 20. The first video of those will be from number 20 to number 11, and then from number 10 to number 1. So I'm going to break those into 3 separate videos. And I'm going to try and get them all done next week. I just, I mean, we're not completely done with, like, the New Year's draft. Just sort of, not quite yet. And besides that, like, there's not really a lot else that's going to change. I'm still going to be doing regular Fight the Night reviews, Ultimate Fight reviews if there is new seasons this year, like the episode reviews, obviously. But yeah, those are the changes I'm hoping to bring to the things I already do. And I just hope that I manage to pull it off, because I'm not great with these things, but I will try and put in an effort this year. So, that's all I really have to say. I'll see you most likely for Monday for my 10... maybe my 10 favourite fights, maybe my honourable mentions, because I did write the music. I did write the album-based lists first before doing the fighting one this year, so, well, last year technically. So it is a bit, like, slightly out of whack, but it's not really going to change a lot, to be honest. But I'll see you all for those most likely next week. And then hopefully more PPW, depending on what happens. And usual shit, pretty much. Not really a lot else is going to change. Hero, do you have anything to add at all? No. Okay, you're just going to be fluffy. I don't have anything else to say. I'll see you all next week. As always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye-bye.